You know, that should sell fairly quick, I think. Well, people like that building on.
Yeah. Make a nice house.
You guys really started something with this tree. You see they're cutting that big one over there. There's one over here, the other day.
On to town. Okay, it's 8:30. Let's go ahead and call this meeting to order. Stand for the pledge of allegiance. I
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I look for a motion to approve today's agenda.
I'll make the motion to approve it, John.
I'll second.
Any discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. I look for a motion to approve the minutes for September 2nd.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes for September 2nd.
I'll second.
Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Meetings attended? What?
I didn't have anything last week.
I just had a couple of online votes I had to do on a couple of issues with nothing, no meetings actually attended to.
Okay. We had Louisa County Conservation yesterday. We were at Flaming Prairie. That looks nice out there. They put that up for a bit. It's been closed quite a bit this year because of the water, but dried up enough. There's a couple campers out there. They're doing their Halloween trick or treat at Virginia Grove again this year. It seems to be becoming quite the hit. They offered free camping for the weekend if they would hand out candy. And they said that within 4 minutes, all the camping spots were taken. So, seems to be a big hit, and they're working on maybe a lottery system next time. They said they even had a couple that rented for 2 weeks to make sure they had their spot. So that was kind of neat. Worked on getting some bids for a new mower. It's time for that. Got one that's starting to, incidentally a Kubota, but it's not working out real well, so lease is up and they're gonna work on another mower. That's about it, actually. I didn't have anything else, but this week is my week from now, so I got lots of meetings for the next week to report on. Public input. Anybody from the public want to address the board? No?
We went on the jail. We went
The jail? This jail?
yeah.
I'm working on a plan to propose to the board, relocation. I don't know if the board will be on board for that, but we'll see. I hate to,
Is that a pun?
yeah, I know, right?
Is that a pun?
Kinda. The way I've got it figured is we could probably go ahead and do an addition out of the complex to house what we have here. And the 1% sales tax would pay for that and make that payment. But it probably won't do a whole lot until we get through this next budget season to see where we lie out, because we've got to lower our tax rate again, so. A lot of things I'm trying to juggle all at once. So
To do that, do you raise valuations to make up for that?
no, we don't have power to raise valuations.
So it's just led by the state.
No. So hopefully if it comes out of the 1% sales tax, it would be no impact to the taxpayer. But there's a lot in the background here, so. That answer your question? Oh, I didn't mean to.
Well, I know the way we left it.
Yeah,
It's
it's
just gonna get an appraisal of what these were worth.
Well, I went online and looked at it, and I think the I don't want to spend the money on appraisal yet. I went online on Beacon and looked at what the assessed value is, and I think it's completely out of line, but that's my personal opinion. So
What is the value assessment?
it's like $180,000 for all this. I mean, I think this building's probably the nicest of them. That jail's not worth that. But I don't know, might be worth that to somebody. But when you look at the addition out of the complex, oh, you might be spending $1 million out there. Time you're done.
Is it worth putting office space in? The jail?
Well, we'd have to put some office space in for these people anyway, so that the space would be big enough for a large meeting room, which would be our room, or any other meeting room that needed to happen, like the zoning meeting rooms that they had being right. There's some other deficiencies out there that could be taken care of at the same time, like some back windows and some HVAC that could be wrapped up all at the same time, so. But we have a lunchroom out there that's underutilized as well. It's just a big lunchroom. Hardly used, so be nice to be able to incorporate that space and try to make it a usable space too, so. A lot of things to think about. Anybody else? Payroll changes, we had one, we got a lady that's retiring from dispatch, effective 9/17. Allison did a great job. Can tell you, as a ex-tow truck driver, she was very informative and should be missed. Item number 7. These things that I dislike very much. Payout for our part-time jail cook position. I'm not quite sure what they're doing it for a cook. Do they have one advertised?
Yes, for
Yeah,
full-time one.
Full time. The payout for her is $6,740.16. Once we get past that, I'd like to talk about the payout part a little bit.
Yeah, I've seen it online.
We kind of went around and around about that. I look for a motion for this one. To get through this.
Make a motion to approve the payout.
I'll second.
Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
What was her maiden name?
I don't know about. I don't know if you can answer that in a public meeting.
Oh, you don't mention that stuff.
I would do that.
I don't know what her-
I couldn't answer it as well.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Nice lady.
I'd like to propose, and I gotta talk to Adam about this, of course, Ernie, some sort of a cap on this. It's really hard budget wise to be able to budget for this when you get some that have been here a long time, they retire and their payout's $30,000 and the vacation is meant to kind of be taken, not bankrolled. I don't know, just sitting on this side of the desk, it's hard sometimes to see those go through and.
I would add something, as a budgetary manager, I don't like it as well. But if you have an employee with 200 hours other than sick time, right, and vacation, they're just gonna take it off. And then your department head or whatever has to has to fight with them their last few months, hey, I want you to work till you're gone, and then I'm gonna say, well,
I don't think you can take it away from the people that are here now, but I think you can institute something from this point on. Any new hires would be hired under a different rate, and you could also incorporate it in that from here on out, you get 2 weeks vacation. I'm just throwing a number out that you need to take 80% of that throughout the year. You can only roll, you can't roll over 2 weeks every year for 20 years.
Well, is it,
Cause that's like 200 days of vacation to get paid out.
but at the end, isn't there a cap? Like you can only keep 6 weeks?
I think it's like 30 days or something like that carryover, but I would have to look at the handbook to verify.
Okay, I was under the impression that like if you, if you're one of the person that had the max of 5 weeks, you could only carry over another week. You
I would have to
couldn't,
get the handbook.
okay, I think there's something like that to maximum, to cap your available.
No, and let's be honest, cause it's happened in the past since I've been here. People will figure out their retirement day
Hmm.
and work. Announce their retirement a year ahead of time, but will work until a day past that retirement date. So they can
Yes,
they can bankroll that next year of
Yep.
sick time and vacation time and then retire and
Hmm.
that.
Well, my question on this one is why aren't we paying holiday pay? Why do they accumulate holiday pay? I mean, why isn't that paid on the holiday?
I don't know anything about that.
Basically, it's all stated in the handbook. Pay
I
out,
mean,
pay out.
obviously, if you worked on a holiday, I mean,
Yeah, she worked on a holiday and didn't get her holiday pay and now she's cashing it all in.
later.
Well, and that's, they're talking more like casual days because
Yeah.
employees get so many casual days
But that
on
one-
top of the vacation.
That one had
day.
holiday.
That line item holiday pay on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
It
didn't,
might be in
I
the
don't understand
contract.
that, so.
So. I guess I don't understand that. I've never worked anywhere where you can say, well, I'm gonna save that holiday pay
Yeah.
for that.
Sean, maybe at our next, department head meeting, you could bring it up and get some feedback and then maybe the board
I
for
think
that.
that would be wise.
This is actually holiday comp time, so she's worked on holidays, so this was additional time that she had banked from comp time that she had had. Right, what it shows here is holiday comp. So,
But isn't that just? How does she get comp time? If she worked on holiday, didn't she get paid for holiday pay?
So most employees can choose on overtime whether to get paid out or take comp time. Like when it snows, most of our guys will take comp time. And that's a long-standing thing to try to save money, of course.
Who keeps track of all?
the department.
Well, I don't know. I'm not trying to say anybody's being untruthful or it just from a budgetary standpoint, it's just, if we had 3 or 4 longtime employees who decided this next year they want to retire, and we got a $30,000 on each one of them, you're gonna come up with an extra $100,000.
Still part of your budget every year, you should know what your budget is for that employee every year.
Not if they've accumulated it for the last 20 years.
Then they get paid for what their current rate is, correct?
Yeah,
Yeah.
so they may have accumulated that time
That less pay.
10 years ago.
Got hired at $10 an hour and retired.
Right. Exactly.
But I'm just saying that your actual numbers on your employee numbers aren't right, then you need to. Cause any contract, they're gonna figure the maximum amount of money that employee's gonna cost them that year. So if that employee, doesn't use some of it, at the end, they still have some left over to carry over into next year.
Not if they're working overtime. You wouldn't be able to calculate that.
So most places, but you're building overtime in their budget. They know Adam knows he's not gonna run the whole year without paying some overtime.
Yeah, so on my wages, I assume like 10% overtime. And it usually works out with retirements, because I assume that they're gonna work over, but most guys will do comp, right? Which means less expenditure, less expenditures, so it kind of works out.
Do most of them take their comp time when they earn it or are they bankrolling?
So I kind of, Well, there's no cap, right, on comp time. If we have a long winter, lots of comp time, most of them will kind of burn them off in the spring. March, April, something like that. Occasionally when we've got a lot of construction, I'll have my other guys making it in the summer, and a lot of them will hunt or whatever and just take it off in the fall, so. It kind of works out, most businesses would rather pay you to, overtime. But there's also the profit, that thing there too. But
How much is comp time? Time and a half?
Yes. Except for, yeah, yep. So,
That's fair.
like occasionally if a guy, works, let's say we're doing a construction project and he works over Monday and Tuesday, I'll just give him, the equivalent time off on Friday or something like that, so. But I think that as a manager, these payouts aren't great, but if you took them away, you'd have another problem on the other end of it.
I'm not talking about taking them away, I'm just trying to kind of put a cap on it somehow, or kind of lessen the impact a little bit.
Is just curious, is this person a retired person who's worked more than 15 years at the county?
I don't know. We haven't got
I don't
Allison,
get sick time, so I doubt it.
we don't got Allison's, and I'm sure that. will be
Because-
the next packet or two, that's what I.
Because the sick time payout is only for people who worked 15 years or more. So,
Right.
I don't know, I just like to see them use it a little bit more and not bankroll it so much, and,
Yep.
I mean, it's a benefit for them to take for, I don't know.
Well,
Yeah,
there's not a
let them build up a week or two or whatever. Don't even have to-
Again, I'm not here to take it away from them, I'm just trying to,
But then you pay them off at the end of the year. You either use it or you lose it with pay. I mean, I keep your budget in line,
right,
what you budgeted for. That's pretty simple. Now, they got sick leave. So you really don't have to let them accumulate. A lot of people accumulate vacation in case they get sick.
well, I get that.
So,
I get
but
that.
you got sick leave, and even if you give them a week to accumulate, that's better than a year. So you're gonna accumulate your first week, and 5 years later, you still only got 1 week that you're accumulating. You get paid for everything else.
And on the other side of it is because everybody's running through, I don't wanna say short staff, but in a smaller staff, it's harder to have people taking vacations because that really puts everybody in a bind because everybody's running on a skeleton crew.
Well, you can't have it both ways.
I know, right?
And
Exactly.
I don't
One
work
or
both
the other,
ways.
yeah.
I thought we was training, cross
And
training.
pay them more and take their
We
vacation
are,
away.
but you're still,
Most,
I mean,
most
like the
big
jail, I
companies,
mean, if somebody's gone, it's.
most big companies don't do this. They'll have use it in 15 months.
Yeah,
or-
use it or lose.
so most, I believe that the roads with our employees, if you don't use your vacation time by your anniversary, you lose it. So most of the guys are like, oh, my anniversary's September 28th, and we'll tell them you got 2 days left, so you have to use it or lose it. So,
What about that payout we did for the last employee that left, so he had pretty good payout.
only been here for 25 years.
But wasn't there vacation time on there for that?
Yeah,
But
sure,
that was what he earned for that year.
yeah,
Last year, didn't use any and then got paid out for it,
yeah, I
which
mean.
is very normal.
It's the only retirement you have through the county is that. So,
Understand. I mean, maybe it's not a popular thing to talk about, but our job is finances and money and budgets, and that's what I'm trying to do
Yeah,
here, so.
yeah. Well, I do think that the system we have is, like with comp time, right? It's designed to cost the county less.
Yeah.
Now, with having less employees though, it does getting work done versus that is is an issue, so.
Adam, since you're talking, let's just go ahead and give me an update.
I don't have anything. Just kidding. Guys, the concrete crews are out working on X17 yet. So we'll probably be for the rest of the month, working on that. Sounds like asphalt, work is gonna resume up on G28 and X17 next week. So there's gonna be some closures up there. That'll probably keep us busy in the engineering department until the end of October or end of September or so, that's what I meant to say. So busy with that, rest of the guys are out mowing and blading, stuff like that. The salt shed is done, hoop is up and all that, so getting bids on salt, materials and sand, so we'll probably October, we'll work to get that filled up. We've got a couple pipe projects and some tile lines and all that to fix in October, so we've got pretty well lined up on maintenance through through the rest of the fall. Did do internal candidates for the assistant maintenance superintendent position, or that position to Justin Wesley, who is my technician, or my second tech, so. So that'll probably next spring, it'll trigger another opening when we have a retirement in April, so. Any questions for me? Anything going on?
It's quiet.
Okay.
Okay, Cindy? We're ready for you.
George-
So our
George-
food pantry numbers in August were 44 households, 107 individuals. The mobile food pantry will take place on September 24th. We had it last on August 27th. Salvation Army kettles, I'm getting ready to put those out next month. Well, actually the first week of November, but I'll get them out next month and get them started. And still working on the GA retreat that'll take place October 29th. Feels like everything going.
Short and sweet.
Yeah. Any questions?
How's the food pantry over here doing?
Doing really well.
Okay. Back
Yep,
full-
yep,
full
it's,
staff?
yep, they have their shelves are full and.
Getting into that time of year where people start getting shut in and.
Right, yeah. Yeah, the numbers, went down in July a little bit and then they went back up in August, so.
So on your, one over here at the Bridge Center, your
Mhm.
drive up.
Yeah.
What happens in the wintertime? Are they
We keep going, yeah.
for people that can't show up? Is there? way of
So the C bus has now said that they would go ahead and pick people up and take them to the mobile food pantry if they need transportation. And so it's just a matter of them contacting C bus or me and I'll give them the information. Yep, so that we do have that option now.
Good.
So I don't know how long we'll have it. It hasn't been utilized yet. So I don't know if it's gonna be something C bus continues or not.
People
but-
find a way around that.
Yeah, a lot of times they come with a friend or a neighbor or whatever.
So it's nice to know that that information gets out, that that is available if they need to.
Right.
Great. Awesome.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, item number 10. Apparently this got paid out, they got it keyed in incorrectly, got paid out of the wrong line item. So this resolution basically fixes an internal issue. It's, is that right?
Yeah, basically it was transferred and it was also paid out of the same account. So it was only one or the other that happened and both happened. So we're just fixing it.
It's an internal.
Yeah.
Mistake.
This is back in 2024.
I'll make a motion to approve resolution 202543. transfer funds from general basic to opioid settlement fund.
I'll second.
Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Do I need to sign this?
Yes,
How much?
it's,
Has it got a number?
yeah, 31,933.
Last item on our agenda is the ambulance monthly bills, I guess, lack of a better word. The only other one in here is the invoice for the cab on the new ambulance for Louisa County. You can look at it.
I looked at them online.
Yeah, back on that cab, it was blank, I couldn't read anything.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, the light tissue paper, it's.
That's why I didn't know what it was for sure.
It's over, right now, the cab's over getting the box put on it. The way we've got it calculated, there's enough in the account that in the next year, it's gonna take that long to get this ambulance done, that there'll be enough in that fund to take care of that. In the meantime, the ambulance, like I told you last meeting, they're talking about going to a allowance every month instead of their bills, so they'll be responsible for more of their bills. Which I don't think is a bad thing, so.
You have to sign these.
Okay. Let's go back to we did that one. And we reviewed this one. We did that. Any other questions?
No,
I'd look for a motion for adjournment now.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.